What's up YouTube, this is Kamal20, and this is my ban list prediction on the July list, on the July 2015 format. Now I think now that the OCG ban list has been released, there are no changes whatsoever. I think that it won't happen to us, because if it does, I'm going to be very annoyed, because in this format I feel that cards desperately need to be hit and changes need to be applied. So I'm going to get into it. I'm going to explain my views on cards that should be put on the list and should be taken off. It's all completely in my opinion. The one of the cards I think should be forbidden is Royal Magical Library. For those who don't know, his effect is that basically each time a spell card is played, it gains one counter, and if it has 3 counters, you can ditch the counters to draw 1 card. Now, for those who've heard the new card called Chicken Run, the card is ridiculous. Basically, during either player's turn, it's a upstart goblin, and you plus. That's another troll deck, and Royal Magical Library has no drawbacks whatsoever, so you're basically drawing for days, and I think this card should be banned. Now, entwining with this card, I feel this is just a theory, if this card gets banned, this should come to 3. Butterfly Dagger. Now, the only thing that was fundamental and resourceful about this equip was the FTK you could pull off the OTK more like. If you could, or FTK, depending on what you have, what opponents would do, they would normal summon Library, they'd play double summon to gain the counter, the normal summon Gearfried the Iron Knight, they would equip the Butterfly Dagger, equip it to the Gearfried. Gearfried will pop it, because his effect is, if an equip card is equipped to him, equip spell, he will pop it instantly. The Butterfly Dagger, the Butterfly effect will activate in grave, allowing you to add it back to hand. Now, imagine a loop recurring over and over again. You're just going to keep constantly drawing cards. Now, if Royal Magical Library gets banned, this card should just come at 3, because there's just no point. That is the only purpose it was. The only thing this card gives is 300 attack points, and comparing to other equipped cards, this card is very outdated and outclassed. Cards I think that should be put to 1 is Unicorn of Necros. Let me get it up. This card is stupid, because you can discard him from your hand to target 1 Necros card in your graveyard and add it to your hand, allowing you to recycle plays and basically go for plays after plays after plays. And he negates extra deck monster effects. So if you have something like Stardust, you can't Silent Honor Archit, because his effect will be negated. You can't Cowboy for Game, because his effect will be negated. You can't Castell it, because his effect will be negated. So this card I think should just be put to 1, because his effect is very consistent, but again, makes Necros too strong. And obviously, now taking in note that if he's put to 1, it will water down the deck, giving some archetypes some chance to go up against the deck. Now, a card I think that should be put to 1 is Firelake of the Burning Abyss, if it will show up. Now, what's annoying about this card is basically you send two face-up Burning Abyss monsters you control to the graveyard and target up to 3 cards on the field and destroy them. This card is stupid. There is no cost to this card. You basically plus. By destroying your Burning Abyss monsters and popping and gaining advantage by destroying cards in your opponent's field, allows you to basically search whatever you want. Now, if I'm correct, there was this year's Nationals, the first place winner was a Burning Abyss deck, and Firelake is a dirty trap card that can win you game basically any time. Next card I think that should be put to 1 is Wind Up Carrier Zenmate. Takes 2 level 3s. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card Special summon one wind-up monster from your hand or deck. When a face-up wind-up monster on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can detach one materia from this card and then target that monster and return it back to the hand. Now, I'm going to say something here. What are wind-ups doing? Wind-ups aren't doing anything. Ever since Wind-Up Magician has been put to 1, wind-ups have become basically... Now, for those... I will give someone a high five if they get this quote. Basically, ever since Wind-Up Magician has been put to 1, they basically become the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout New Vegas. They've become splitted up, and they're probably hiding in a bunker somewhere, trying to wait for more support to come to them. And putting this one card probably might not hurt. And probably, you get a couple of wind-up players, probably pick up the deck again and see how it works. Just to give wind-ups a bit more strength, because wind-ups are it's a dead archetype in my opinion, and I think it needs to get rid of the dust and see what it's like in the meta. Another card I think that should be put to 1, but effect should be changed, is Trishula of the Ice Barriers. The reason why this card is banned is because this card basically wins you game. You can basically, when it's synchro summon, you can banish one card in your opponent's hand, field and grave. The reason why this card was banned is because it is a generic synchro monster. You can run it in any deck. You can run it in 6 Sams, you can run it in Light Swarms, you can run it in anything that uses synchros. Now, if they errata the effect and make it so it's Ice Barrier monsters, this card could be put to 1, because cards that have restrictions that only to a specific archetype have a less chance of being banned. Look, they managed to make Trishula of the Necros. That effect is basically similar. Banish one from hand, grave and field, but it's a ritual monster and it only works with Necros. Only can be summoned from Necros spells and nothing by other means. So yeah, I think this card should be changed to Ice Barrier monsters, because this card is not that bad. If it is one archetype, this card has no threat. It's only one archetype. So yeah, that's another card I think that should be put to 1 and have its effect changed. Okay, my bad. Now, I believe there was one more card. A card that I think that should be semi-limited, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to get it up for you, because I'm a bit tired with my hands, is a card that should just come off the list. And I'm thinking to myself, why has Konami put this on the list? Wall of Revealing Light. We are not in that format where continuous traps were hard to get rid of. MST is not one. Call the Haunted's not one. Stuff is not one. This is in the current meta. MSTs are running rampant at 3. We have Monster Destruction. We have Spell and Trap Destruction. Wall of Revealing Light is one of the most trap cards in the world, in my opinion. What it does is basically you pay 1,000 life points, depending on how you pay a certain life points depending on the monster. So say if your opponent monster attacks you with monster with 2,000 attack, you can pay 3,000 attack points, and any monsters your opponent controls with 3,000 attack points or less cannot declare an attack. Yes, back in its time, this card was good, but now that MST is at 3 and we have Monster Destruction, you're basically wasting life points on a redundant trap. No one plays this trap, and those who play the traps are basically noobs. I think this card should just come off the list. There's just no point. Wall of Revealing Light is just the worst trap. Yes, you could probably try and run it in ninjas, but what's the point? Ninjas have better traps. But yes, that's a card I think I just even need to be on the list. It's such a bad card. And then the final card that should either just come off the list is the legendary 6 Samurai Shien. Gateway is banned. Putting Shien at 2 makes no difference. Yes, 6 Samurais getting 2 Shiens is cool, but it hasn't shown any results or anything. Yeah, it's just 2 Shiens. Yay, 1 Shien's dead, we have another Shien. But you know, there's just no point. Just keep, what I think Konami should do is just put Shien to 1 and put Gateway at 1. Because in this current meta, there are stronger decks that 6 Samurais can't compete up against. Yes, 6 Samurais may have a nasty opening first turn, but once your opponent demolishes and smashes all their resources, such as their back row, and banishes their Shien, what are they going to do then? They're going to be in a grind top decking position, and I think that there's just no point. And I think that they should put Gateway to 1 and Shien back to 1, because 1 Shien, in my opinion, it's nothing. Or keeping Gateway banned and putting Shien at 3 makes no point. It's just extra deck. It's just wasting the extra deck now. There's just wasting room for it. There's better cards to put in there. Also, it's just not needed, really. It's better off at 1 and Gateway at 1, as I said. So yeah, those are the cards I think that should just come off the list or be put to 1 and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy my my opinion on the prediction and what I think could come off. Now, this is Kamau 12420, and I hope you guys have a good day. Signing off.